All right, hello everyone and welcome to Up and Moving, which is a physical activity program for the Upper Peninsula. My name is Isaac Wieding. I'm a graduate student in the Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology Department at Michigan Tech. And I'm joined today by a bunch of my colleagues, and we're going to be leading you through sort of a lunchtime or active break physical activity that you can do from your desk or in your office. You don't need any exercise clothing and you don't need any specialized equipment, just your body. So I'm going to go ahead and start us off. We're going to go for about 20 minutes here. We're going to go through a series of different movements for about a minute each. I'm going to be passing it off to everybody else in the group here, and we're all going to take turns sort of going through all the movements together. So I'm going to start us off with one of my favorites here, Frankenstein kicks. So you've got your hands out in front. You're going to be kicking your toes up to your fingertips, trying to keep your knees nice and straight. Getting a little stretch in the hamstring here. And so all of these movements that we're going to be going through today are designed to just get you up from your desk, get you out of a seated posture for a little bit, accumulate some physical activity, and then you can get back to work. Good. As you start to loosen up here, you can try to kick those feet a little bit higher. Great, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pass it off to Ben, and Ben's going to lead our next movement for us. Ben, what have you got?
All right, so the next one, we've all probably been sitting at our desk all day, so we're going to keep it simple. We're going to start with some stretching of our back. One hand on our hip, other hand's going overhead, and we're doing a nice side bend. So we can go, and you can do gentle kind of pulses if it feels better that way. If it feels good just to hold the stretch, you can. You can push a little more on your hip. You can tilt with your head and neck. Just open up the back. It's been sitting all day probably, so let's try it that way. You can switch sides whenever you want, whenever you feel. You can focus on coming forward with it, or you can focus on kind of rolling back, or just stay right in the middle and kind of pulse. Whatever feels good for you, but you should feel it all along that side. And it feels good for me to roll back when I do it, kind of open up to the sky. All right.
One more in here, and then I am going to pass it off to Hannah. So let's go for about 10 more seconds here. You can get one more quick stretch in. This one definitely feels good. All right, let's go to Hannah. Hannah, what do you have?
All right, so I know we probably got a nice stretch from Ben. We're going to do another one that I like to do when I'm studying way too long, sitting at the computer. We're going to take our hands, put them in our low back, kind of like your hands are on your hips, but a little bit farther back. And you're going to lean back in a nice stretch. This is one of my favorite exercises. Opens up the back, kind of forgets all the forward sitting that we've been doing all day. And you can go back just as far as comfortable for you. I like tipping my head to add a little bit of pressure, bring it back, and back up. Really opens up the back. You can squeeze your shoulder blades, open up the chest. Trying to get rid of all that tension that happens after sitting for a long time.
All right, good stretching. All right, let's go to Isaac. Isaac, what do you got?
All right, guys. So for our stretch here, we're going to be doing another back stretch. We're going to be seated in our chair. I know we may have been in our chair all day, but we're going to get back in it. And what we're going to do now, it's a little bit of a thoracic spine stretch. So if you have some arms on your chair, that's great. If not, what we're going to do is either grabbing onto our arm or on the side of our chair. We're going to be grabbing the side, and we're just going to be feeling a nice stretch also while we're keeping our knees in front of us. We're gonna be trying to turn to the side, and we're gonna feel nice stretch in our thoracic spine. We're gonna be trying to hold that, or as Ben was saying, we can be doing some pulse stretches, just to be trying to gradually be able to move a little more to the side. And we'll make sure that we keep breathing through this, guys. We'll hold for a few more seconds, and whenever you're more comfortable, you can move over to the other side, and you might be able to feel that based on your regular day habits, you might have some more flexibility in one side. I'm a golfer, I can move one side a little better than others. You guys may feel something like that as well. So we'll keep holding here, a couple pulses. You might be able to gradually move more to the side. And back and forth, whatever you feel like. Make sure we keep breathing in and out here. We can also be grabbing the back of the chair here as a little more extra support to move over. And I hope that our spine and our back is a little more opened up now, and we can enjoy the rest of our afternoon now.
Perfect, nice, good series of stretches there. So I'm gonna take things over here. I'm gonna pick up the intensity just a little bit, and I'm gonna go with the movement called speed skaters. So you're gonna be hopping from one foot over to the other, or just stepping, totally up to you, almost like you're gliding down a track on a pair of skates. Swinging those arms. And if you're feeling like you need to get your heart rate up a little bit more, you can turn it into more of a hop where you're actually jumping out to the side from one foot to the other. And I'll encourage you all too, in between our movements, as we're switching between people that are leading, go ahead and walk in place too. We can really take advantage of this 20 minutes that we're going to have here to really get as much physical activity in as we can. So in between our transitions here, just try to walk in place or walk around your room, keep yourself moving. All right, we'll go for about 10 more seconds or so here. Good, and I think I'm gonna pass it off to Ashley now. Let's see what Ashley's got for us.
All right, so we're gonna keep that intensity up, and next we're gonna move into body weight air squats. So you're gonna spread your feet about shoulder width apart, keeping your chest up. You're gonna squat down as low as what's comfortable, stand back up and tuck those hips under. So when you squat, you want it to be like you're sitting down in your chair. You can go as fast or as slow as you need to on these.
All right, my legs are starting to get tired. Let's go see what Tristan has for us. Tristan, what do you got?
Let's bring down the intensity a little. Just do some arm circles for 30 seconds. You can do little circles if you'd like. Mix it up and do some big circles. And feel free to switch directions as you feel comfortable.
Tristan, can we add a little side step in there too?
Oh, absolutely. I love the idea.
All right, we keep everything moving here. All right, maybe we should go visit Alex and see what Alex has for our next movement. I'm gonna walk in place till Alex takes over here.
All right, we've got a couple forearm stretches. So let's stick our right arm straight out, palm facing the ground, make a fist, and then just gently pull back your hand towards you. You should feel a stretch here on the top of your arm, stretching out your extensor muscles. We'll hold that for a bit. Make sure not to stretch it too far. We just want a gentle stretch right now. All right, we'll hold that. All right, let's switch. Let's swap to our left arm. Same thing, out, make a fist, pull back on your hand towards you. Hold that, nice gentle stretch. Okay, we can shake that out. Let's flip our arm so our palm's facing up. We'll stretch the other side of our forearm. So just go ahead and keep your fingers straight and pull back towards you. So feel a stretch on the top of your forearm again. Hold that, nice gentle stretch. And if you really want, you could probably march in place here. Hey, Isaac.
Yeah, I don't know. It's instinctual. I like it. Get an active break. Kill two birds with one stone, right?
Yeah. Okay, and then once that one's done, shake it out, switch to the left arm, same thing, palm up, pull back on your fingers till you feel a nice gentle stretch. Walk in place if you'd like. Okay, we can shake that out. We can start over, do the other side again, and you can just keep on cycling through those. Little pro tip, if you keep a full fist, keep your fingers flexed, you'll feel more of a stretch on your arm.
Good. So this is a good stretch you can implement throughout the day too, especially if you got your hands on your keyboard and you're feeling a little tight. You gotta move those wrists around. So keep these in mind. We can come back to those. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to Carmen here. We'll see what Carmen has.
All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna work on a little bit of a strengthening exercise for our back muscles since we're sitting at that desk with our rounded shoulders in that posture. So what we're gonna do is put your arms up as if you were in a goal point position like this. And then what you're gonna do is bend over, let your arms come down, and you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades together. So you're gonna work those muscles around your scapulas or your shoulder blades. So you should be able to squeeze those muscles together. You go nice and slow. If you want, maybe even you could hold it at the top and get a nice squeeze in there. And at the same time here, we're opening up the chest muscles, the shoulders that are really being tight from sitting at a desk for most of the day. And make sure you keep breathing. Some people call these W's. Just working the little muscles and the big muscles around your shoulder blades and the back side of your shoulders. Keep them nice and healthy.
Those are surprisingly challenging, Carmen. I can feel them.
Oh yeah.
Required. All right, I'm gonna pass it off to Steve here.
Thank you, Isaac. I'm going to mix it up a little bit. You know, I like to listen to the radio over my lunch hour. I'm going to start this. I need your help to finish. I'm going to make a big Y. I'm going to make an M, a C, and an A. And then I'm going to rotate my arms and stick a foot out and rotate them again and stick the other one, touch the sky. And we'll just keep going through this. So Y, let's go a little faster. M, C, A. Right hand and leg to the sky, left hand, Let's give another right hand, another left hand. We can turn around. Let's do a left up to the sky, right up to the sky. Couple more big Y's. M, C, A. Let's go ahead and make a another Y. M, C, A. We got an M for Michigan. I guess a T for technological. A U for, it could be a university or University of Utah or Central Michigan University. Let's make a C. One more M, another U for Central Michigan University, as we're working collaboratively here with students from both. A couple more disco shuffles here. One more on right, one more on left. Turn around. Turn it back to you, Isaac.
Awesome. Thank you for the dance lessons there. I needed those. And dancing is a great way too. If you need a little active break when you're sitting at your desk, turn on the radio. At least if there's no one else in your office, you don't want to embarrass yourself. Do a little dance move. All right. So I'm going to start things back up at the top of the lineup here. I'm going to give us a new move to do. We're going to go with some high knees. So I'm going to be bringing that knee up, really driving it to my chest here. You can swing those arms. If you want to, you can turn it into a little bit of a skip, and you can go up on your toes, get a little bit of a calf raise in there. You can even leave the ground if you want to, but I'm really thinking about driving those knees, swinging those arms. And we've already got about 15 minutes of physical activity in here, so we got about 5 more minutes to go. This has been a great break so far. I'm feeling a lot better. Good. And I'm going to pass it back to Ben to lead our next movement. Ben, what do you got?
All right, I got the infamous wood choppers. It's a nice diagonal pattern here. So bring our hands together, straight arms out in front of us, and like we're doing some crazy diagonal wood chopping as far back as you can, and swing through down to the opposite corner. And then we'll bring it up to the other side, and we'll switch directions. And so nice big movements with straight arms, way out and back, and swing through. We're going to be chopping some trees down during the pandemic to build our getaway cabin. So keep doing these back and forth. And these are nice. The diagonal movements use a lot of motions. They're a little bit of side bending, a little bit of forward flexing and backwards extending. So they're nice functional movements. They get a lot of ranges and planes of motion in. So do a couple more of these bad boys. Keep chopping the trees.
All right. I really like that movement, Ben. That's a good one, especially when you motivate us with a getaway cabin that we're building. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Hannah. Hannah, what do you have?
All right, we haven't really fired our abs a lot today, so let's get that going. Arms out nice and wide, like you're in a T. Bring your right arm to your left hand. Open up. Switch sides. Gonna get those little obliques firing. Get some nice rotation in there. You got the back opening up. Abs firing. Making sure that we're nice and stable and not moving all over the place. We got to get ready for our getaway cabin in the woods that we just chopped wood for.
Are we going to be dancing in this getaway cabin to perhaps a song by the Village People?
Oh yeah, Dr. E can lead us in the routine.
We have to tie everything together that we've done here today, so it seems like it all fits into one big story.
Well, it's going to be a cabin full of very active people.
All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to pass it to Isaac again here. Isaac, take it away.
All right, guys, once again here to get our heart rate going up a little more here. Before we do anything, if we have heels on, if we're at the office now working from home, we'll make sure we take those off. We don't want to hurt ourselves here, but we're just going to be doing some jumping jacks here. We try to do those for about 45 seconds here for a variation.
I will say a good variation for you is to just step a leg out, bring those hands up overhead if you don't feel like popping or it bothers your knees.
Thank you, Isaac. So make sure we keep doing that, whatever you're comfortable with. You can go back and forth.
I don't think I can keep up with you, Isaac.
Oh, I don't know about that. This looks like a pretty good dance move as well. I'm feeling pretty inspired to maybe take a dance class one of these days.
We'll go for about 10 more seconds here, and then we're going to go to Ashley. I'll count us down. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, Ashley, back to you.
All right, so we're gonna slow it back down a little bit into a stretch. So we're gonna do lateral lunge stretch. So spread your legs a little bit further than shoulder width apart, and you're just gonna lean from side to side. You should feel this stretch in your groin. I know when I am sitting at my desk all day, my hip flexors get really tight. So this is a good stretch to kind of work through that. If you need a little bit deeper stretch, you can spread those legs a little bit wider or bend that leg just a little bit more.
All right, I think we've got time for maybe a couple more movements here. So let's go to Tristan. What do you have for us, Tristan?
Okay, I'm thinking something also stretch, maybe a little bit of balance. I was thinking we pull our foot and stretch our quadriceps. And I like to find one place off in the distance, not too far off. It's not moving, and I just like to look at that spot. I find that the balance part comes rather easy after that. And you can lean forward a little and pull your leg further back for more stretch if you like that. And then when you're comfortable, you can swap to the other leg.
All right, good quad stretch. That was good. And those are good balance tips too. That actually helps to really focus on something out in front. So let's go, we'll go to Carmen for our finisher here. Carmen, what do you got for a finishing move? Last movement of the day.
The last movement of the day is going to bring our intensity up a little bit. We're going to do an elbow to knee. So you're going to bring your hands up, touch your ears, and you're going to bring your right elbow to your left knee. So we're going to work the core here a little bit. And nice twisting motion. Stretches the back. You should feel a little bit of a stretch in the glutes if you cross your leg over. And if maybe you're wearing dress clothes, this is a little bit tight. You don't have to go all the way. Maybe try to open up at the top, bring your elbows back, open the chest up. The more you drive your elbows back, the more you'll feel a chest stretch.
All right, let's put 10 more seconds here to finish off our physical activity break. And that is time. Good. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for today's physical activity break. If you enjoyed this, if you had fun, you found it as a nice way to break up some sitting time during your day, you can join us live every Wednesday at noon. We have one 20-minute session. We also have another session at 12:30, so you can come to either one of those or both if you need a longer break. But we look forward to seeing you join us live, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.